Hello, my Chunsters. My name is the Chun, and it's time to have some fun with Host Pro 2.0, episode 5 now. Which, episode 5 since it got rebooted. Christ, time flies. As you can see, we do have MC Marcus.
Yeah, I'm back for episode 5 of Host Pro 2.0, and I would like to apologise to anyone out there because I kind of had a day out today and I've had probably about 7 or 8 beers, so I apologise if I'm slightly slurred, but I'm drinking coffee right now, so I should perk up hopefully as time goes on.
Well, that's a good thing. I'm also going to enable the comment tracker, which I think means I have to add the source from YouTube. Lovely. Which means I now have to squint because I've decided to take my glasses off so people can see my eyes. Got a message. Yeah, I know, but I got a message from somebody. Don't know who they are because you know, it's one of those YouTube names. But because I can't see through my glasses properly. People want to see my eyes, so I can imagine it's a woman hoping to look into my eyes and fall in love with me as the stream goes on.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a bit of an odd request. I mean, it's a request that you're willing to do. I understand, but
yes.
I'm wondering why.
I'm willing for somebody to fall in love with me as the stream goes on. You know, that's perfectly fine by me. You know.
Are you sure it was a female that requested this?
I'm not entirely sure. I guessed it was a female, but it might not be.
What was the username? Do you remember the username?
No. Not really.
I hope for your sake it's a female.
I hope it's a female.
Only to avoid disappointment if it is a male that requested it and is watching it right now. If you are hoping that Glenn's going to fall in love with you and you want to see his beautiful eyes and you happen to be of male genitalia, I'm afraid to say I don't think that's going to be happening. Not in a relationship sense. Maybe in a platonic bro love.
Oh, you know what it was, don't you? It was probably Jer.
I imagine that.
I don't know what his YouTube name is though. So
no, because Jer would have requested you do it naked. So
yes, he would have done actually. Anyway, so yes, we've got many topics to get down to the business of this thing. We've got many topics for you. Including the UFC Cat Zingano losing in 14 seconds. A bit gutting. The interview they tried to do with her afterwards, though, was heartbreaking, as you can imagine. We've also got Leonard Nimoy, we've got Would You Rathers, we've got the supercar, which Marcus suggests I start with, so okay, why not? It's cool. And now I'm going to need my glasses back because I need to read the stats that I wrote down. Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh, come on! I'm blind as a bat. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. How disappointing. Anyway, it's called the SGC003, and I'm going to put these in front of my face so I can read a bit more about it. I'm also going to use screen share, and I'm going to show you some pictures, which actually you're just going to see the stream for a second. Anyway, these are images of the car in development. Could even be racing there actually, for all I know. I know it is a car which has gone, you know, it's meant to be a bit like a racer. Anyway, this is what it will more accurately look like when people take delivery of it. As you can see, it looks a bit like a Batmobile, which I like. So it has a Honda HPD twin-turbo 3.5 litre V6 engine, albeit heavily modified. So it produces. Well, they haven't actually. Well, the company hasn't actually. It hasn't really got an actual performance power figure yet. They haven't told us how much, but they said it's good for 600 brake horsepower easy, which means it's probably going to have something like 700 odd horsepower. Got a carbon fibre monocoque, which is similar to what McLaren do, I believe, and it has racing car levels of downforce. As you can see, this is the racing car on which it is based. The only thing it doesn't have from the racing car, downforce-wise, is that massive great rear spoiler. Apart from that, it's pretty much exactly the same thing. And the creator says this is a throwback to an era of smaller, lighter, and more nimble sports cars, because obviously that thing is very small. It looks tiny, doesn't it? Doesn't really. And his name is Jim Glickenhaus. So, in case you wanted to know that. So that is a very interesting looking car, and it's a major return to form, considering last week I talked about the Hearns II-20, which looked like a Golf which pulls the caravan. That's much more like it. I like that. I think that looks awesome. So
that does look pretty nice. Ooh. Okay. I don't know what happened there, people. I think Glenn may have gone offline. Great. So it looks like I'm carrying the show solo. Well, what to talk about? My name's Marcus. I'm 27. I live in a small town in Weybridge. A small town in Weybridge, a small town in Cornwall called Weybridge. Hobbies and interests: gaming, wrestling, going to the gym. Typical boy stuff, I guess. Smoking, drinking coffee, which I'm currently drinking right now. I don't know. I guess there's not a lot of interesting stuff to talk about myself. I suppose I could start with telling you my life story, but I don't think we have enough time to link into the podcast. I don't know what to say about me. I think you guys should definitely check out my YouTube channel if you have an opportunity. It's Marcus Osborne 1. Some interesting and funny content on there. Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for subscribers and stuff. I'm always trying to put out some new content here and there. Channel's taken a bit of a lull as of late. Smudge, what are you doing? Well, that's my cat Smudge. I don't know if you can see him in the background there. You right, Smudge? Great, it's turned into a dual show. Yeah, I don't know how I can invite Glenn into this thing. I have absolutely no idea where he's gone, what he's doing. But yeah, you guys should definitely check out my channel, Marcus Osborne 1. Some interesting content on there. Maybe you guys will get a kick out of it. Maybe you won't. Excuse me. Had a pretty good day today. Just kind of hung out with some friends. Caught up with some people I haven't seen for a long time. Wow, this is really exciting, isn't it?
okay.
Wow, there we go. I was just giving it some filler. It's fine, don't worry.
I know. I almost started a second hangout on air there, and I have actually queued it up to go because I thought I'd completely disconnected from the internet, and for some reason my stream had terminated.
Yeah, I saw the bookmark thing, so I was like, okay, this is a one-man show, so I just started talking.
So, yeah, I thought the show had actually completely terminated there. I was like, oh shit.
No, I knew it was still because the live logo was on. I was thinking, oh, he must have gone to click off screen share and he's done something. So it's fine. I entertained them. I told them that I'm 27 and I live in a small town in Cornwall, and I plugged my YouTube channel. So yeah, you know.
Oh, okay.
Smudge, will you get your ass out of that bag?
Smudge,
I swear to God, I'm going to kick your ass in a minute.
Right, so I need to reset my comment tracker now. Or do I? No, actually I don't. Yes, I do, because for some reason it's gone. But the weird thing is, for me, when I clicked off, I still have my stream open. Of course, my stream is still open, but it stopped when I disconnected. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, it's genuinely gone. Anyway, yes, so thankfully, after all that, it didn't actually go completely. That was close.
It's okay, I provided them with a good minute and a half worth of content, I'm sure.
Yeah, so luckily, I don't know if it will now show 2 host pros in people's stream, and now they're waiting for one to begin, and then it never will. I don't know, it probably will be doing that, but now, I imagine if I reload this YouTube page, will it show another? No, okay, thank God. No, it is. Part 2. Uh-oh! Yeah, people think there's going to be a second podcast now.
Oh.
Oh, well, a second part, because I thought it completely terminated the stream.
Now, I knew we were still live because I could see the live logo, so I was like, oh, great, so it's a one-man show. Okay, what could I talk about?
Yeah, I've kind of balls this up, I think, for a couple of people out there. Anyway, we're just going to have to continue the show now as if that didn't happen. But Slate White Clean. Anyway, I've talked about, what was it, the SGC003. Looks like a nice car. Yeah. No, I think what happened to me was, because you get two windows, one with the Hangouts in it and one with your internet, and then and if you do screen share, you get like a third one with the actual screen share icon in it. I hit the cross on the wrong one, I think, and just cancelled myself out of the stream.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. But it was okay. I entertained the people. It's fine.
Anyway, that's the car done, so that's cool. What else? Well, okay, topics back up to where I need them, so I can see them. And I suppose glasses back off. Otherwise, people can't fall in love with me.
Yeah, the man, woman, whoever who requested to see your beautiful eyes will be very disappointed.
Yes. Well, hopefully they won't be. Hopefully they're looking into my eyes right now and they think they're sensual and lovely.
You better hope for some reason it's not a guy and he's not masturbating currently, because that's weird.
Hey, whatever. If people want to list Host Pro on porn websites, go right on ahead. Good source of views, I'd imagine.
Please don't do that, people. Please don't do that.
Well, I don't know. They're not gonna get that much pornographic content out of my face and your face.
Well, maybe not, but they requested that you have your glasses off, so I'm assuming you really need to look at that YouTube channel and see if it's actually the correct gender, I should say. Which is nothing against gay people, by the way. It's just I don't think Glenn would appreciate your advances.
Well,
your advances would be met with kind of no kind of vibe.
Yeah, they'd be met with I'm flattered by your interest, but I don't swing that way. Anyway, let's talk about two people whose way I do swing. That is Ronda Rousey and Cat Zingano. See, I used that little segue there. I thought of that link right off the top of my head. Awesome. That's how good I am. Yeah, Cat Zingano and Ronda Rousey had a fight for the women's bantamweight title, UFC 184 at the Staples Center, and the main event of the evening. I think it was the first time women have ever been in the main event on UFC.
I think you might be right on that one.
I believe it is. Anyway, these two got given center stage. Two undefeated fighters. Ronda with 10 wins. No losses, 8 by submission, I believe. All 8 of those submissions pretty much an armbar. And Cat Zingano, 9 wins, mostly a striker as far as I know. But I think she does have I don't know how many of hers come by submission. I don't know as much about Zingano as I do Ronda Rousey. Anyway, fight happens. Zingano comes out like a house of fire, literally. Throws Ronda Rousey what looks like on her head. Then, almost immediately, there's a transition. Ronda Rousey finds an armbar, locks it in, and tap out in 14 seconds. There's your main event.
Yeah, over very quickly. It's see, this is what really kind of annoys me when people go on to the whole wrestling versus UFC thing, like which one's better. They're both fantastic sports. However, I have to say that with WWE, you know that you're going to get what you paid for. You paid for your ticket, you know you're going to see at least, let's say there's 5 matches on the card, it's a 2-hour show, well, there's going to be 20 minutes per match at least. So you know what you're paying for. With a live fight, you have no idea what's going to happen. It could last 5 rounds, it could last 14 seconds, which is what this one did. In a way, good for Rousey, very dominant champion, obviously. Fantastic, well done. I think it was kind of a rookie mistake for Zingano to just run in and go, oh yeah, I'm just going to pick you up and throw you over, because obviously with Rousey having a very prolific submission win-loss KO, whatever, probably not the best idea to try and get a grappler down onto the floor in a kind of pincer movement, because she dropped her to the floor. Next thing you know, Rousey's already got her in a sort of half mount from the back. basically anywhere where she could lock in a rear naked choke or anything like that, leaves herself open for submissions, gets put in an armbar, and the match is over. And it's kind of like, well, great. You know, I mean, that match is now over and done with. Rousey, again, like I said, it's a very dominating victory because Zingano was undefeated as well, so that she had a perfect record, you know, wins and losses record. She had no losses, no draws, whatever. But out of the actual match, yeah, I would have expected a little bit to see maybe a little bit more. You know, I mean, first round, okay, that's par for the course, first round, but first, like, 15 seconds, maybe not. Maybe it's a case that Zingano needs to go back to do some more training in the gym.
I think what happened on Zingano's end was her plan was take the fight to Ronda so that Ronda basically gets completely surprised, just take her off guard, bomb rush her, and then hopefully just dominate her for the rest of the match, showing that I'm not going to be intimidated by you holding a record of breaking people's arms. Yeah.
You just said dominated. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of in that sexist mindset. Two women domination. My bad, people. My bad.
Yeah. You're some key fucker, all right. And I think that's what happened. Only her problem is she basically just left her arm completely open, instant submission. If you have your arm like loose out in the open, just expect Ronda to just grab it and just take it and break it. That's what she does.
Well, essentially, that's the strategy. I mean, it's kind of, if you're going into a fight with someone whose specialty, if you like to call it specialty, is submissions, surely you would think to yourself, okay, I need to keep this fight off the ground. I need to stay up. I need to kind of wear her down a little bit, test her for a few rounds. You know, keep her up, keep away from arm bars, leg locks, key locks, whatever. Surely you would think, okay, I need strategy. I can't just go in there and grab hold of her because as soon as she grabs hold of me, it's over. And that's basically what happened.
Yeah. I mean, Ronda, her submission hold streak is very, very impressive. And of course, it does consist mostly of an armbar. I mean, here's the thing: if you do the Jericho 1,000 moves I know list thing with Dean Malenko, if Ronda were to do that list, it would be, here's 1,004 ways I know on how to lock in an armbar. That's literally it. That's what her list would be, 1,004 ways to lock an armbar in. The best game plan you can have for Ronda Rousey before you go in is chop your arms off with a machete. That way you can't get hit with an armbar and she can't tap you out with an armbar. Because she's going to if you have an arm. That's basically what's going to happen to you.
There is that. I think maybe possibly it's a lack of big fight experience on Zingano's part as well, because
yeah, true.
You know, if you haven't had that much time in the ring and you haven't had time to study and watch and think, okay, Rousey's going to go straight for an armbar, so maybe I have to stick to strikes, lower body. If it goes to the ground, make sure I'm in a dominant position. Don't try and throw her around because she'll just spider monkey the shit out of you and end up putting you in an armbar, which is basically what happened. So. Unfortunately, besides Ronda Rousey, there aren't that many women that jump straight to mind as UFC. You know, she is kind of the how can I put it? The kind of
she is the star of the women's division in UFC.
Yeah, she is the definition of a women's MMA fighter. So anybody that comes up to the plate, they kind of be like, well, who's this girl? And unfortunately, that's kind of what happened with Cat Zingano, because literally she came in, yeah, I'm going to take her straight down. Oh, wait a minute, armbar, I've got to tap out. It. So.
Yeah, only a couple of other women actually spring to mind that I really know too much about. Cat Zingano's name would come up, basically because she was also getting undefeated. She also went undefeated, sorry. Another one I know of is Chris Cyborg, who is, well, she's not very pretty. She's not one of those pretty ones.
That doesn't necessarily matter.
No, it doesn't matter. But she, I think there was a scandal with her about steroids back along. Anyway, the thing is, she's thinking about dropping a weight class and fighting Rousey, so that could be interesting. See if that one happens. You've also got another one that I know of is Gina Carano. She was in Fast and Furious 6 as well, so she is getting quite popular. I think she's the original megastar of women's female MMA, I should say. I don't think she was ever in UFC. Then there's also the other one that I know of is Miesha Tate. In fact, I think it was a fight between Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey that actually made UFC really stand up and take note of women's MMA, and I think it wasn't long after that before they both became champion. The UFC champion. If I'm not mistaken, I think Miesha Tate might be the first UFC women's champion. Not sure about that. And apparently they've hired some new model, or somebody who looks like a model, I should say, called Paige Van Zandt. But other than that, I really don't know a huge amount about women's MMA.
No, I must admit, when it comes to UFC and MMA, I'm not as clued up as somebody else. I should have really done some research before this, but this was a bit of a rushed sort of post-pro because I had to get back and stuff like that. So if I had time, I would do some research. But yeah, I mean, the women's division, to me, it's only going to keep expanding. So, you know, there's going to be women out there that have been training MMA or training martial arts and think, oh, well, you know, maybe I'll give this a go, maybe I'll give that a go. And so they're going to be, I think Rousey's going to have some pretty tough competition in the next couple of years or so. So hopefully there won't be any more 14-second fight endings. Hopefully, any more 14-second rounds, I should say.
Well, hopefully not. I think Cat Zingano will get a rematch as well at some point, and I think she'll do a lot better in a rematch.
Is that the way it works in UFC though, or is it because?
Well, you don't get an automatic rematch clause, but I think Cat Zingano's quite a good fighter actually, and I have a feeling she will earn a rematch.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a case of
people will want to see a rematch.
Yeah, well, no, they will want to. I think it's a case of once you're beaten by the champion, you kind of almost get knocked down the pole a couple of pegs, you know, for somebody else to step up, and then you have to fight to get your rematch clause, which is why I prefer UFC in some ways to WWE. In that sense, whereas a case of, you know, just, oh, I'm going to get my rematch, and I'm going to get another rematch, and I'm going to get another rematch, and I'm going to take the title off you, then I'm going to have another rematch, and I'm going to have another rematch. Whereas UFC, you actually have to work and earn for it. So they're two same ends of an opposite spectrum, or two opposite ends of the same spectrum, I should say. So,
yeah,
as for the women's division, I do believe it's going to be hotting up pretty quickly because there are a lot of eyes on this product at the minute, especially now. I mean, you figure later on in the year we're going to have CM Punk step into the octagon, and that's going to bring a lot of attention to the MMA world, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of new attention. Anyway,
which adds to the fact that obviously, you know, women's MMA, and they're going to think, well, we've watched this MMA, we'll watch women's MMA as well. So obviously the competition is going to get stiffer and stiffer. But yeah, I think Zingano she deserves a rematch because that was basically that was just too quick. So I don't know how much preparation.
Just a mistake.
Yeah, she kind of just went in there, house of fire, boom, boom, boom. Oh shit, it's over. So I'm hoping she does get a rematch where she'll actually take time to sit back and study and think, okay, I know what happened last time, and I'm going to watch her fights up until our fight. I need to study and come back with a different strategy, and hopefully we'll have a much longer fight. Although, congratulations to Rousey.
Yeah, congratulations to that. I mean, the thing with UFC is the cream usually rises to the top. Like, the good fighters always get, you know, raised up. It's not like wrestling. Sometimes you get really good wrestlers who don't get anywhere. In UFC, if you're a good fighter, you go to the top. So I remember the original Miesha Tate versus Ronda Rousey fight. That wasn't a quick fight. I don't remember it being a quick fight anyway. But it was one that ended with an armbar, and Miesha Tate was defending champion at the time, and she was trying to hold on with that armbar. But in the end, Ronda basically readjusted her grip, got it on even tighter, and basically just broke her arm. At which point, Miesha quickly tapped out. She didn't decide to fight on with a broken arm. But later down the road, I think another 2 matches into Rousey's career, 2 title defenses later, Miesha Tate had rehabbed her arm and there's a rematch. So I believe you will see a rematch, and I believe it will be better. But you're talking about WWE, so hell, why not? Let's move on to Fastlane. because that happened.
Did you actually watch it live in the end, or did you fall asleep?
Oh, yeah, I started watching it live and fell asleep.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, carry on.
And then I started watching it, and then after Monday, I got home on Monday, started watching it again from where I was. I think I just finished watching the Sting promo. No, I hadn't. I was before that point. Anyway, and then I fell asleep again after the Sting promo. And then, of course, because I was watching it on the schedule, because I noticed that Fastlane was on the schedule because they repeat the pay-per-view all day, I fell asleep, and when I woke up, it was back on the Sting promo, which flipped me out for a bit. And then I realised, oh yeah, shit. And then I actually managed to watch the pay-per-view. And then that's this time I actually managed to watch the pay-per-view. But yeah, some interesting results, I thought. Some pretty interesting ones. The ones that stand out in my head, tag team titles changed hands. It's now Cesaro and Kid. Roman Reigns is still going to WrestleMania.
I was very surprised at that.
I wasn't surprised, but I wouldn't have been surprised either way.
I wouldn't say very surprised, but I was kind of, okay. Kind of like, I wasn't, well, anyway, we can get into that in a minute. Carry on.
What else happened that I really thought was worth...
Rusev and John Cena.
Yes, that's the one is escaping me. That one happened. Although it's basically just solidified my theory. They're now going to have a rematch at Mania, and Cena's going to win that instead. So it's still interesting though that Rusev actually got a legit win over Cena.
Well, you say legit. I mean, essentially it was a nutshot. But yeah, no, I was really surprised at that. I mean, technically he never tapped out either. Never give up. But it still counts as a victory. So yeah, technically it is a legit victory. It'll go down in the books as a victory.
Yeah.
Smudge. Good boy.
Yeah, I was I was surprised about that one. What else happened next? I've been interested. Oh yeah, Bray Wyatt called the whole Undertaker entrance and then called him out. Now, I was like, is it us when they brought out when the Druids coming out going? I was like, is it actually Undertaker or is this going to be Bray?
Yeah, I admit
the way I thought they were going to do it though, I thought it was going to go. Ding, ding, ding,
no.
And he was going to walk out with a lamp through the fire, actually.
I knew as soon as I heard it, and everyone's like, oh yeah, the Undertaker, I was like, Bray Wyatt's in the coffin. And they were wheeling it down, and I was going, Bray Wyatt's in the coffin. And then I actually went, I put the kettle on, and I come back with a cup of coffee. Lo and behold, the coffin opens up, and there he is. And I sat down, and my brain said to myself, told you so.
Yeah, I must admit, when I saw them wheeling out the coffin, I was like, yeah, it's going to be Wyatt. I was like, if it was Undertaker, he'd just walk out.
Me and you knew that was going to happen because we generally keep up to date with dirt sheets and wrestling news and blah blah blah. So to us, it's not really a massive surprise, which I think is a bit annoying in a way because we essentially know what's going to happen, but we read that company so well. We think, okay, we know what's going to happen. I suppose to other people that don't read this stuff, it was very surprising because obviously every time they see that,
we have a request.
We do.
We have someone called Know-It-All who wants us to say hello to Know-It-All.
Hello to you, Know-It-All.
Yes. Hello.
Hello to you. Thank you for watching.
Yes, very big thank you. I interrupted you mid-thought of that, but yes, I know what you're saying. We do both read dirt sheets. Although I would say, oh yeah, they got their hello about 5 minutes late because the comment tracker's 5 minutes late. I just remembered that.
Oh, sorry. Apologies for that.
Yeah, never mind. You have to bear with us. We're 5 minutes ahead of where you are, basically. Yeah, I think even without the dirt sheets, we could have worked it out. Although that said, the idea that those pictures came out of the Undertaker looking old and frail. Well, they're a bit of a work.
Yeah. I don't know are you going to screen share them? Yeah, they are. You can tell when you look at them, you think, yeah, something's been done to those photos. They
unveiled pictures later on of him working out in the gym. Well, Michelle McCool did.
I mean, there's no possible way he could deteriorate that much in not even what 12 months. What's it been? 11 months? No, yeah, 11 months.
Something like that.
No, 10 months because obviously you think we got March and I know WrestleMania is a bit earlier this year, but essentially in 10 months, I don't think someone's going to degrade that quickly, to be honest, unless he literally sat at home and did nothing with his time for the last 10 months and smoked like 50 a day and drank a bottle of whiskey every day.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, he's the Undertaker. He can do that if he wants to.
Well, yeah. No,
The fuck he wants.
I think though, in some ways, that company's very.
Predictable.
It can be predictable. Sometimes it's not. Like actually having Lesnar beat the streak, I didn't predict that was going to happen.
No, I didn't. I didn't know actually. No, because I think the dirt sheets found out about it on that day in America before it was aired. But obviously, by the time it got to England, it was too late because we'd already. Well, no, they found out like I think just before the pay-per-view went live, or something like that. And obviously by the time they post it, everybody's watching it anyway, so they're not interested in the dirt sheets or anything.
Yeah, though to be fair, I don't watch spoilers or anything like that. I just keep or rumours of plans going forward. I just sort of read this was a backstage tussle, or this happened backstage, or WWE's looking into signing this guy. I don't really follow the dirt sheets based around what's going to happen so much. Although sometimes they can indicate elsewhere where it's going to happen.
Sometimes
Anyway,
you
I also need to tell you, Andy is with us. Andy Big Feet is here. And we also have Kursico, who is in before Andy. And I found out after last podcast I was very wrong in calling Kursico he. Kursico is in fact a she.
Yeah, apologies for that.
Yes, her and Andy are together, which I didn't know before.
Hello to both of you from 5 minutes time from now.
Yes. In 5 minutes' time from us saying this, you will receive that recognition. So, yeah. Although, in the whole WWE predictable storyline thing, they did let Rusev get a win over Cena, which I did not see coming. So
I did not predict that. I honestly thought he was just going to Superman the shit out of him at the end and just be boom, 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 boom. And then he hit the low blow. I was like, wait a minute. He goes down, he puts the foot in the back. I was like, oh, wait a minute. And then he puts him in, and he's like knocked out on the ref's there. I was like, fucking hell. They're actually giving him a chance to get over this time?
Yeah, I know. But I still believe they only pulled that off so that
oh yeah, it's going to be amazing.
So that it could end it at WrestleMania.
It's retribution again. Oh, I beat him again, just like he did 2 years ago with The Rock.
It's a Mania moment, though, isn't it? Rusev losing his undefeated streak in one-on-one matches.
Yeah. Although Swagger came out though, which.
Yeah, well, Swagger only came out so that Rusev could crush him and make Rusev look strong.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's going to be teasing a match between Swagger and Rusev because.
Yeah, but a Swagger versus Rusev match, no offense, but that's kind of like Cena versus Orton, only in a much more compact space of time.
Yeah, but in fairness, I'd rather see Rusev and Swagger than I would Cena and Orton.
Yeah.
Because come on, give Jack Swagger credit. He's a fucking good wrestler.
I know what you mean, but it's like just that's already happened twice since May. You know, and it's like, do we really need to see that match 3 times a year?
Yeah, it worked for Cena and Orton.
Yeah, but I know what you mean, but it's like, this is going to the well from stuff you were doing a year ago. It's like,
But at the same time, I think people are going to be more behind Jack Swagger because they've seen John Cena do it, been there, done it. He's done it time and again, blah blah blah. Whereas Jack Swagger, you imagine if he got a victory at Mania as well, how fucking huge?
But if they actually let Jack Swagger win, yeah, sure, why not? But I don't think they will. I think it'll just be another. He passes out in the accolade. I think it'll just do the same thing again.
I think Rusev genuinely hurt him on that accolade as well because I could see it like on his face, like when he puts it back in again and he's pulling him, and like you can see Swagger's eyes. He's like his hands are there, and he's like, "Fucking get him off me!" It's like, "Fucking seriously, he's really hurting me now."
Yeah. Yeah, so that could be interesting going forward, although I still think it's going to be Cena versus Rusev for Cena winning at Mania.
Yeah, and it's because it's going to be 11 years since he won his first US title, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Don't need spoiler for that.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So what else happened of interest? Yeah, the tag team titles changing hands. That interested me.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was. I was like, good swerve. Good swerve there. Because I generally thought the Usos were going to win.
I don't think anybody expected those two to win because they're like, oh, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, oh, who are these guys? And they haven't even really been tagging that long, to be honest.
Not really.
No, they've been together for a few months, but no, I was quite surprised at that. So they're actually giving them the belts to run with, and fair play to them. I think those two are incredible talents.
Yeah, they're both very, 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 very good and very capable wrestlers. So, yes, I am very much looking forward to seeing where they go with that. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that one develops. And, of course, you've also got other teams coming up through the ranks. Still down in NXT, you've got the Lucha Dragons, Vaudevillains. They could make a step up. We've already got the Ascension on their way up through the ranks.
Oh, in a minute. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but in a minute, can we please discuss NXT? What happened on NXT? Can we get there in a minute?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do that after Fastlane then. Yeah, we can do that after Fastlane. So yes, that was a good match.
You had Golden Stardust, which was a bit of a nothing match, really.
It wasn't so much a nothing match as just a storyline building match.
Yeah, it was a bit dry, I think, that match. It was just kind of, okay. Put it this way, in that time I managed to, well, what did I do in that time? I fed Smudge, I made something to eat, had a cup of coffee, and I went for a dump. So by the time I got back, I was like, oh, okay, Goldust wins, all right.
Yeah,
I forgot that, B&B and Ambrose as well.
Oh yes, B&B and Ambrose.
I totally forgot about their match, and they announced it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I just forgot about those two. No offense.
And of course, B&B won.
Yeah, in a really weird sort of way, wasn't it, really? It was a...
I don't even remember how it ended.
It was Ambrose basically kicking the shit out of him, and then the referee was like... I think it was a referee...
Oh, yeah. The fight got stopped because he got himself disqualified.
Yeah, because the ref was kind of like, and then the bell rang once, and everyone's like, huh? Was that right? And then it was just like, it was too late by then anyway, so... But no, the match itself was actually pretty good, I think.
Short. No, I thought it was a good one.
It was a bit... They cut it a bit short, I think, because of the disqualification. I think maybe possibly they ran out of time or something, or like, maybe they went over their time and they had to like, try and end it somehow. I don't know.
Possibly. Although possibly that's a planned finish all along, so they can basically have BMB desperately keep hold of the title and then actually set up this storyline that had been going on with Ambrose nicking the title.
Maybe a Mania rematch, possibly.
I think so, and there's starting to build our truth into that, and Daniel Bryan as well. So I'm thinking we might be seeing. Oh no, wait, no, Daniel Bryan. He's not going for the or is he in the Memorial? No, I think Bryan's in the Memorial, isn't he?
Is he? I don't know if he's been announced for it yet. I know Miz. Who else?
Miz Axelmania.
Yes, he'll be in it. Yes, I actually hope he wins.
I've hashtagged that 3 times now.
I hope he wins. I just think it'd be really cool to see him win.
I just think it'd be funny ask for a payoff to the Axelmania thing. Yeah, so I think the Intercontinental title match at Mania is kind of open at the moment. I think they're exploring like a number of possibilities that they can do with it.
Yeah, I mean, they've still got 3 Raws before it happens, so they've still got time to throw something together, I suppose.
Is it 3 Raws or is it 4? No, I think it's 4, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, I think it's about 30 days, isn't it? So yeah, they've still got 4. Yeah, they've still got 4 Raws. Yeah.
Yeah, so they can still do something with that. Yeah, so that's an interesting one.
I suppose it's the main event next, isn't it? Really, which was, in fairness, in a way, I kind of see this as.
We could discuss Sting and Triple H having their.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I think that was good actually.
I liked that. Yeah, I think they handled that well. Because I was like, as soon as Triple H went out to get that baseball bat, I was like, no, Sledgehammer. I was like, oh, hang on a minute. Is Sting gonna have the baseball bat? Is he gonna have the baseball bat? It's like, come on, do it. Bang! Right in the neck. I was like, yes! Sting with a baseball bat. Now the Sting is complete.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match. I think that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm just interested to see how well Sting performs in the ring. I'm not doubting he won't put in a good performance. It's just, I mean, when's the last time he wrestled? 2013? Or was it last year? Did he?
No, it was 2014. I think he was still finishing up with TNA in 2014.
Because he's been with contract with them for, well, after Mania, it'll be coming up to nearly a year. He's officially been under contract. He just hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't had a match or anything yet.
Yeah. I think Sting will be okay. I think you'll find Sting is better in the ring than Ric Flair was when he faced Shawn Michaels. And you got it's that I was about to say that because they had a bit of a confrontation, a little bit of a back and forth, a few punches were thrown, and stuff along these lines. So, you know, I think Sting showed he's capable. I think Sting took a couple of good shots. Sting looked like he was moving quite well in the tiny little snippet we did see. And that Scorpion Death Drop, I learnt the secret actually to doing a good Scorpion Death Drop in that one because I watched what he was doing. So might be able to try that in the next UPW. But yeah, I thought it was a good confrontation. I like the Sting with the baseball bat. Yeah. And I'm starting to get over the new theme song thing as well. I'm still like, I really wish it was Crow, but I'm starting to be like, well, it's not, so it's just
deal with it.
So yeah, or the Ric Flair, you gotta learn to love it. You gotta learn to love it. Or whatever it was. I can't do a good Ric Flair impression, obviously.
You just need to go really hyper and just kind of take massive breaths in between. It's like, you gotta get kicked in the balls, you gotta have your eye cut, your back broke, your knees broke. You just gotta take gaps in between.
Oh yeah, you just gotta go, what's it he did from WCW? Okay, look at Sting! Wheel it, deal it! Son of a gun!
I just have to kind of bounce and kind of go. You have to do that.
Yeah. You're gonna hold WCW in the palm of your hand. I say, no! Woo! You're going to hold WCW in the palm of your hand. So I remember that promo. God, he went crazy. I can't. I need to clear my throat out before I do that.
No, I must admit now I'm kind of kind of stuck in my throat.
Ric Flair, no wonder. Yeah.
But yeah, the confrontation was really good. Sets up a really good vibe.
Oh shit! I want to do a Ric Flair impression. I better start blading. There we go. Some blood will appear there later on.
I should do some repeated chops to the camera. Ow! Fuck that. That was a very good one. One of those, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I need to elbow drop something. Shit.
Yeah, take your jacket off and just...
Yeah, let's elbow drop something. There it is. Yeah. Like that.
I'll do a virtual elbow drop on Smudge as well. Hello, Smudge. Don't worry, I didn't really hurt the cat, by the way. Anybody that's watching, I would never hurt Smudge. Glenn can testament to that. He's seen me.
No, he would not.
I would never hurt Smudge in any way whatsoever, would I?
No, he wouldn't.
The promo was really good. I'm hoping it'll be a no DQ match so we can see Sledgehammer versus Baseball Bat. I'd like to see Triple H get hit in the stomach with a baseball bat, to be honest. And then I suppose it's on to the main event as well, isn't it? Is there anything else I forgot? Divas match.
Divas match happened. Wasn't that good, actually. I thought it'd be better than that.
I heard Paige calling out her spots again as well. Naughty Paige.
Oh, yes, I did. I heard that. I was like, oh, Paige, you know better than that.
Keep your voice down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Divas match was... It was a Divas match, you know, whatever. Good innovation for Paige.
They're also going down a bad way with that now. They like I said, I think I said it last week or the week before, they really need to just go down the road of the Bellas actually getting one over on her constantly, beat downs on the road to WrestleMania, and actually have a hot one-on-one angle for Divas, proper Divas angle for WrestleMania for once.
And where Paige actually wins the title as well, I think that would be.
Yes, that'd be a good payoff. And then, but have the Bellas actually get one over her and beat her up on the way to Mania. Do more of that spray tan type of thing, or do more along those lines.
Take the piss out of her a bit, you know, slap her around a little bit.
Yeah,
Hoser down
Yeah,
hoser down in a white t-shirt and some cotton dreads, and okay, I'm going
yeah,
on.
stuff our tits out of it, stamp on a groin. Jesus, we really have problems. But you know what we mean, what I'm
Okay,
saying.
main event time, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. Yeah, that match, actually, I think this match in a way was kind of Roman's redemption, is what I like to call that match, because
That's the way to go, yeah.
putting him up against Daniel Bryan as well. You're not putting him up against, I don't know, let's say a Tyler Breeze or a Titus O'Neil or somebody like that. No offense, but no disrespect. That's what I should say. I'm starting to coin CM Punk thing now. No disrespect. But yeah, he put up against Daniel Bryan, who's basically the most over guy in the company. And in fairness, they had a really, really good match. And like I said, Roman's redemption, he came out on top in the end.
Yeah, they did. I wasn't going to be surprised with either result. I wasn't going to be surprised if Reigns or Bryan won, mainly because in my mind, if Reigns wins, it makes total sense. That's the main event that the WWE wanted. Their big guy wins, and plus they've done their best to legitimize that win. If Bryan wins, also not that surprised because that's what the fans desperately wanted to see. I still don't think the fans are going to accept Reigns beating Lesnar though. I still don't see that happening. I imagine he's going to come out on WWE Raw London and get booed the shit out of him. I know that's what's going to happen because the London fans, they just don't take crap like Cena. I mean, last year when Cena went to Mania, the WWE fans antagonized him so much he even gave them a wanker symbol. That's how in tune the WWE fans in London are. They antagonize the wrestlers that much. I mean, the thing is, they're going to the WWE fans in London. They're going to antagonize Roman Reigns so much they're going to take a Superman punch whilst he's coming to the ring. I'm sure of it.
As well, I'm kind of hoping he walks past us just so I can really try and wind him up, see if he can Superman punch me. But then just like have him Superman punch me.
You punch like a grandma, Roman Reigns.
I'll kind of fake it. Then as he gets down to the ring, I'll just like fucking blindside him like that. Just whack him up with a belt and stuff. I'll nail him with one of my awesome German suplexes.
And I'm just gonna be there. I'm just gonna be there waiting for my opportunity to hit with my shit cutters. And then just gonna be the three camera down. I'm just gonna go bang.
Or I'm gonna wait for an opportune moment to do my amazing splash from the second rope.
Oh yeah, that one.
Although I could sell the spear really well because you could hit me and I could just go.
Oh dear God Almighty!
Yeah, like you said, not really a surprise either way. Whoever won, it was kind of a. It was like you said, Roman Reigns is the guy they wanted there, so congratulations to Roman Reigns. But for me personally, NXT on Wednesday.
Yes.
Wow, because I have been a massive, huge supporter of the Free Riley thing that's been going on. I think it was completely unfair how he got debunked down to commentator. I've read a few different sources that said basically it was a backstage altercation with the man in WWE, John Cena, and basically he got demoted to NXT commentary. And he's been training for ages, wanting to make a comeback. And who else to make a good comeback against other than the current NXT champion, Kevin fucking Owens?
Oh, yes. And what better way than to complete that comeback losing to Kevin Owens? I want to make that perfectly clear. I want Owens to win.
Yeah, I don't think Riley should beat him. But I think they are probably going to have a pretty good match, because if anybody out there isn't familiar with Alex Riley, go back and watch some of his stuff from SCW and NXT, and even some stuff when he was on Raw, like in the tag matches and that. He's a pretty good fucking wrestler.
Oh yes, he is. Yeah, he's definitely more talented than Miz. Yeah, so I'm with you. I think Alex Riley's going to put on a hell of a good show, and Kevin Owens is the man to free him. So yeah, that's awesome. Also, Balor versus Kendrick. That was good.
Good old Kendrick with the old knee botch. Yeah, I saw him do that and I was like, oh dear. Kendrick's not been... He's a little bit ring rusty, but no, I think that was a pretty good match, actually. It was good to see Kendrick back in the WWE. And
good to
promo
see
from Rhino as well. Rhino promo was pretty good as well. Rhino's got some new teeth, I noticed, as well.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I noticed. Nathan was sat next to me, I was watching, and I was going, oh yeah, Rhino. I was like, yeah, God, he's put on some weight. Wait a minute, he's got new teeth! That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, he's got new teeth!
Yeah, I thought the NXT was a pretty good show, actually.
It was a good show this week.
I tell you what, though, that Becky Lynch, that was it. It's, I guess, kind of like a fisherman exploder suplex. Fucking hell, she does that suplex pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, that was a good suplex. I'm thinking of kind of stealing that one and kind of making it a fisherman's buster for my finisher.
Yeah.
Hey, get off the pills.
I mean, that's the move that she did to Sasha Banks at a Rival, Rival. When she just threw her halfway across the ring, I was like, when I saw that happen at Rival, I was just like, fucking hell.
She's pretty strong. She can maul pretty much anybody, I think.
Yeah, Sasha Banks is also pretty small, but I don't know. I think it. I thought NXT's obviously it's still going very, very strong. Hideo Itami picked up another win over
Bull.
Yeah,
Bull Dempsey is basically becoming the Brooklyn Brawler of NXT.
He is.
I like Bull Dempsey. He's just such a twat. He's great. I like him.
He is. Although I imagine Bull Dempsey, if you could package him with a good gimmick, Bull Dempsey could go the same way as Bray Wyatt. He reminds me a little bit of the Husky Harris thing that Wyatt was doing.
Yeah, I think he's still very early in his career. I think this is basically just a tryout gimmick, I would say, just to kind of see how well it goes. And then maybe they'll repackage him as something else, or possibly just start giving him a run. Victory over Corbin, victory over Neville, let's say, victory over Zayn, whenever Zayn comes back. Which is this week, actually, I think. Yeah, I think he's coming back Wednesday. Yeah. But yeah, all in all, NXT was a good show. But yeah, Fastlane as a pay-per-view, not bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed the Rumble.
Oh yes, definitely. I rewatched Rumble the other day, and I still jumped out of my seat when Bubba Ray came out.
I must admit, I haven't brought myself to watch Rumble for quite some time.
I have, just to see how fucking tragic it is when it gets like halfway through, and I'm like, oh god, here we go.
I mean, yeah.
Very brave of them not to edit it yet. I thought they would have edited it as well, but they left it as it was.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they showed it on Raw again, unedited. It's like, that's a brave move. You take your most unpopular Rumble in history and replay the entire match.
At least they're actually saying, you know what, okay, we fucked up, whatever.
Yeah, that's true. They are at least admitting they screwed up, but screw up nonetheless. Anyway, I reckon we should probably move on because if I have to get close to my paper because I can't read it. I'm a poor
right in front of your face, just like that.
I'm a poor knackered old fucker. I do apologise. Yeah, let's discuss that. Let's discuss Leonard Nimoy.
Yes, the great Leonard Nimoy passed this week.
Well, rest in peace now.
Yeah, I suppose it would be rest well and prosper. I don't know. Rest in peace and prosper. Rest and prosper. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they would change it. But yes, very sad. Died this week. Was it on Thursday or Friday? I'm not sure. It was very recent.
Friday, I think it was.
Yeah, I didn't really know until I happened to glance on my Facebook page and I saw my cousin put up something about Leonard Nimoy and I was like, what? Leonard Nimoy's dead? I kind of went on the thing and I was like, it's one of those things, you know, when you see a random or a certain celebrity strike up as being dead, like Robin Williams, you instantly think, he's not dead, and then you look and you think, oh, shit.
I did see a really nice picture actually on Facebook through one of the trending topics. I'm going to see if I can find it.
I mean, I still haven't got over the fact that Benoit killed himself. And that's like nearly 10 years ago now, so...
Oh, no. It's disappeared from the trending list. That's frustrating. Let's see if I can find it on Google Images. It was amazing. It was a brilliant little tribute. It was from the there's a picture of one of the astronauts on the space station took of him doing the Vulcan hand symbol from the window of the space station, and it was such a good picture. Awesome picture. Tribute. Ah, that's one. Right, now let's see if I can when I go back out of screen share, let's see if I can not terminate myself from the stream.
Yeah, I've basically knackered all my entertainment streak, so
yeah.
If he goes offline now, we're fucked.
That picture, that's the one I'm talking about. And that is just the best tribute in the world.
It really is, because I mean, he was so iconic. I mean, he helped make Star Trek what it is, or what it was. So, well, I suppose it is, because I mean, it still lives on now.
Yeah, I mean, they're still doing their rebooted movie franchise, and Leonard Nimoy has been in that to launch that. So,
I mean, you figure "Beam me up, Scotty" as well, one of the most used lines in history ever since it aired. Kind of like same with catchphrases like the Terminator, "I'll be back." It's one of those things. It's just he was synonymous with that, and now that he's passed, it's kind of, well, where do we go from here? Because you can replace the Spock character, well, the actor who played Spock, but you can't replace Spock, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean. You can bring somebody else into play Spock, but it's not the same.
It's not Spock, though, is it? So, yes, very sad.
It's most illogical to expect something to be as good as Leonard Nimoy.
Very sad to hear that he has passed on. Yeah. Another legend, dead and gone. Was he 81, I think he was?
84.
Oh, 84. So, in terms of life expectancy, not bad. I would prefer if he'd lived a lot longer.
Genuinely did live long and prosper.
He really did. He made a huge career out of just from, 2 major lines in a crappy sci-fi show, TV series,
Yeah, I know a lot of people slated Star Wars as it's not Star Wars, sorry, Star Trek.
Don't get them mixed up. You're going to piss off.
I know. I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying that. I'm sorry. Just
rewind 5 seconds. You didn't hear that, people. Star Trek.
Yeah, I can explain it. I've been watching. I think I've seen close to 20 different top 10 lists from WatchMojo relating to Star Wars. So I do very much apologise. Yeah, Star Trek. It was very much. Yeah, it's just labelled as just like a nerdy pastime, but it really isn't. It's awesome. Just the creativity it took to make that show, storyline wise, special effects wise, everything. Just it takes some minds to create a world like that. Because Gene Roddenberry was responsible for the original Star Trek universe, and he was also responsible for expanding it in the Next Generation. Just. How many people can create that many worlds, that many planets, with that many storylines? It's just.
And then add to the fact you had an actor like Leonard Nimoy to play Spock as well. He helped to make it iconic. Like I said, "Beam me up, Scotty," and "Live long and prosper." 2 very, very popular catchphrases that still stand to this day, and probably will stand for a long, long time. It's probably even more so now, as a tribute to the legend that was Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah. I imagine there are probably quite a few people out there who, when they heard about it, just went back and watched some old school Star Trek. In fact, you should watch A Journey Home. I think it's A Journey Home. That's the 4th movie when they end up in 19th century Los Angeles or something, and they go looking for the whales. God, that's a good film. That's a really good film. What I love about that, because of course it's one of the scenes I love. It's not actually related to Spock, but it's Chekhov. That's it. He's there. He's of course they need some plutonium to power the Klingon warbird that they've got. So he goes around with Uhura around Los Angeles, and he goes. He's just a Russian guy going up to people going, "Do you know where I can find the nuclear missiles?" Nuclear missiles. And that everyone's just like, because I think it's during the Cold War era as well that was set, so it was even funnier. Oh, hello. Kurosako, you've never watched Star Trek! Watch it now! That's an order.
I have to agree as well. I haven't actually watched Star Trek. Well, I have.
Andy, Andy says he's going to be missed, and I'm going to see if I can find. I'm going to see if I can. Can I
bring up the comment tracker?
Yes, I want to try and copy that link, but it doesn't fit on my screen. Unless if I highlight it from the top and go down. Yes, that works. Fucking hell, there's a lot of numbers off the edge of the screen. I'm going to see if I can find this picture.
Yeah, maybe bring it up on screen share. Yeah, there's Smudge. Yeah, I've never really watched Star. I have watched it, but kind of glancingly. You know, I haven't actually sat down and watched a series or a movie. So, but obviously,
now that I've followed Andy's link, I can't get myself back to the. Hang on. I have copied and pasted it. There we go. We're back. Hopefully I can find it.
Smudge.
Paste.
Here's Smudge.
Did it work? Ooh, that is a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's. Again, I'm going to be very careful not to ruin my stream.
Oh, that is good.
That is a good one, isn't it?
That is
I like
really
that.
nice.
Thanks for sending us that, Andy. That is good. I like that one. And Kursko, you do need to watch Star Trek.
No, you don't. It's fine.
Oh, yes, you do. Watch it. Do it.
Like, I think even people that haven't watched Star Trek know about Star Trek because of Leonard fucking Nimoy.
Okay, I'll settle for that.
And now he's gone. So where do you go from here? Can you find somebody to replace him? Probably not.
No, Zach Quinto has done a good job as Spock in the new Star Trek movies. Yeah. But he... no,
it's
you
not
can't get...
Spock. I mean, that would be like, you know, let's say, hypothetically, Terminator had come on from, let's say, Terminator 2 and Terminator 3, and Arnold had been doing a television series of it progressively through the years, and then he died, and then you got somebody like, say, The Rock to play the new Terminator. The Rock would make a good Terminator, but he's not the Terminator. So it's not.
Yeah, that's the difference, isn't it?
So I do feel, you know, but condolences to Leonard Nimoy's family, his fans and his friends, his personal friends and everything. I hope he has a really good send-off on his funeral. I don't know if it's, I doubt it's already happened yet, but I do hope he has a really good send-off, and I imagine there'll be a lot of people there dressed as Spock for that one, to be honest, and Star Trek characters in general. Oh no, the glasses are back on.
Yeah, because I have to read now, because I'm planning the next topic, because I think we've said everything we need to say about Leonard Nimoy. Yeah. So, and the reason why I need the glasses for this next bit are because it's Would You Rathers, and I need to be able to read the Would You Rather, and I can't really be hobbling like that. I have my page like this for too long, otherwise people will be like, you suck.
If you're disappointed with Glenn putting his glasses back on, I'm going to do something brilliant for you. I'm going to entertain you with my version of The Running Man. There we go, we're done.
Brilliant. That saved the stream.
One new subscriber, I'm telling you, at least.
Yeah, that's what. You know what? That's going to take me to my 1,000 subscriber special video. Just that alone.
Oh wait, what's this? What? He's coming back. You didn't even see that coming.
No, and they didn't see half of it either because it's flashed in my face.
I can do a slow-mo replay. The Running Man.
Oh my god. I'm going to have 1,000 subs after this.
Thrills galore in this episode, people. Stay tuned,
yeah.
We've got a lot more coming.
I've ever dropped a dressing gown and you've done The Running Man, and we haven't sung, so nobody's going to unsubscribe for that. And we haven't insulted anybody, so this is going very well. Although, no, we're not going to insult anybody after this either, because there's no controversial Would You Rathers in this one. So, I've got two of them. Would you rather play any instrument or speak any language?
Speak any language.
Yeah.
Because that would just come in handy on so many different levels. Granted, playing every single musical instrument would come in handy on different levels as well. But, you know, I mean, you can't exactly go to, let's say, I don't know, let's say Germany, and if you walk in there with a knowledge of musical instruments and no knowledge of how to speak the language, and you go in there and you want to pay for something, you can't just bust out a flute and a fucking drum on your back and the cymbals on the knee and play it all together at the same time, because they still won't know what you're on about. If you know their language and everybody else's language, imagine what you could do with that.
See, I have an even more clever way of circumventing that as well, because I'm going to say speak any language, because for one thing, if I went to Spain again, I could actually watch the shows and understand the shows and what's being said, and when everybody else laughs, I'll understand why, rather than just thinking, okay, something funny was said, and rather than just waiting for the bits where they speak a little bit of English, because there's obviously an English person in the audience, just so I can feel included. And plus, on top of that, it also doesn't say I can't not play one instrument as well. So I can still learn how to play the guitar, and then I can go play the guitar, and I can do an interview anywhere in the world. And I have worldwide recognition for being the lead guitarist in a rock band.
Add to the fact, if you could have a guitarist and you could sing a song in any language whatsoever, there you go.
Yes, it doesn't preclude the fact that you could sing, exactly.
And it doesn't even matter if you could sing or not, because you just could, as long as you knew the language and knew how to make it relevant to that country of origin, you could be a superstar in every country in the world.
Yeah, exactly. You could do the translations for all your hits for every country. A bit like what they did for Let It Go from Frozen, because they released an album with 22 different languages. They sung Let It Go in 22 languages and released an album of just Let It Go in different languages.
And I give 22 fucks about that.
I thought you would.
Less than 22 fucks. Less than 22 fucks. Did you see that video I put on Facebook of the fucking when I was in the club that night?
Yeah, I laughed.
I'm stood there, and one of my friends is there, and she's like, "Oh, come on, let's go up and dance." I said, "You seriously expect me to dance to fucking Frozen? This is a nightclub. We do not play Disney songs in a fucking nightclub."
Wait, was this a she?
It was a she that I was with, yeah. She was going to be, "Oh, let's go and dance." I was like, "I'm not fucking dancing to this. There is no way in hell I will ever dance to the Frozen song. There is no way I even want to acknowledge that song even exists, to be honest, because it's just fucking..." Oh, okay, anyway, just go on to the next topic, because I'll start rambling. What's the next would you rather? Okay, so musical instruments and language.
I have a few more comments to update you about. Kirstico has weighed in. Watching The Big Bang Theory is about as much Star Trek as I need. Fair play. And Andy also has... Andy picked play any instrument because music speaks all languages.
True, but then if you don't know how to sing it in that country's language of origin, they're not really going to know what you're on.
Yeah, but then again, you see Metallica go to Mexico and sell out, and they're still just singing in English, and everybody's singing along in English, so I kind of see the point. Anyway, the next one's a funny one for everybody who hates these music bands. Would you rather watch Creed cover Nickelback or Nickelback cover Creed?
Neither.
Yeah.
I would kill myself before I even got anywhere near the fucking venue. Legit. Kill myself.
I'd rather see Creed cover Nickelback, just because I'm not going to sit on the fence and I'm going to choose one. Why? Because
Creed can cover Nickelback in fucking petrol, and I'll fucking throw the lighter on it. How about that?
Oh, okay.
And then I'll piss on Creed, and I'm supposed to be pissing on Nickelback.
Well, like I said, I'd rather watch Creed cover Nickelback because there are...
Out of the two, Out of the two, I would probably...
There are 2 Nickelback songs out there, well, 3 actually, which I actually like. Yeah, I know. Let me just save it and tell you which ones. So from the age of 9, I went to Padstow before May Day happened. And they had a ride on the pier bit there, and it was one of those ones that goes. It's like a wall, big bench, and the bench just goes wee, whoa, throws you around like crazy. Mm. And whilst we were riding that ride, Nickelback "How You Remind Me" came on, and it was an awesome ride. And so I have a very pleasant, fond memory of Nickelback "How You Remind Me." So I've liked that song ever since. I also like "Burn It to the Ground." And plus, they really rocked the house at the Canadian closing ceremony with that song, and it was awesome. So I like that song. And I don't know why. Shit, what's it called? Damn it, I've forgotten what the name of the song's called. I know how it goes.
What's it from? Is it from a film or a...
No. It's not even one of their hits.
Rockstar?
No. It's not one of their hits. It's one of their obscure ones that nobody really knows about. Nor me, come to think of it. Where is it? If Today Was Your Last Day. I quite like that song. It has a nice message behind it. So I'd rather watch Creed cover those songs than watch Nickelback cover Creed songs, because I don't really know any Creed songs. And as far as I'm concerned, Creed are just terrible. Wait a minute, didn't Creed do a couple of... Yeah, Creed must have done a couple of songs for WWE or WWF in the past. I think they have.
Probably, yeah. I can't think off the top of my head which ones it would be.
Oh, yes! Oh, it's come to me which one it is. It goes, if you are with me, I'll free. I could care less, I believe. That one's Creed. My Sacrifice. It's called My Sacrifice.
Oh yeah, I think I know the one you're on about. Yeah.
That one played at Survivor Series, I think it was.
Yeah, I think I know the one you're on about.
My Sacrifice. Yeah, I think that might have been Creed. Okay, I know one Creed song, but I wouldn't say I necessarily like it.
Do you know what I would rather? I would rather have CFOS cover Creed and Nickelback in the same fucking song.
Okay, but in fairness to CFOS, they are getting better. They remixed Seth Rollins' theme and have actually made it decent. Dean Ambrose's theme is also pretty decent. I mean, you were surprised it wasn't higher up on the list, so that says a lot.
Definitely.
And plus, they have actually now released a proper song with Sasha Banks' theme song.
Kind of, but yeah. No, out of the two of them, yeah, I suppose Creed covers Nickelback, I suppose. Only because Nickelback's just been... Everybody's heard Nickelback songs, they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah, but I know. I don't understand why they get as much hate as they do, in fairness.
It's just kind of like how much I hate John Cena. It's just said the same thing over and over again, the same 4 chords in every fucking song.
True.
In fact, Chad Kroeger just sounds exactly the same, like no matter what decade he's coming from as well. But
Yeah.
will you get off my painkillers, please? Batting them around. I've got 2 painkillers here that I was going to take earlier, and he just keeps batting them around the bloody thing.
Oh, shit. We've kind of gone through these topics kind of quick, and I'm already on my last one.
What, well, GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA 5.
Well, there's quite a lot that could be said for that.
Yeah. Because I recently bought... Okay, I can take my glasses off again now. I don't need those on anymore. So that people can fall madly in love with me. Yeah, GTA 5. I bought that one recently. And it's really, really good. I think how long has it been out now?
What, the next gen remake or the original?
No, just original, like in general. 2013, wasn't it?
Yeah, the original one was I think it was either October or November 2013, because I remember the day it came out because I went up to Tesco and bought it because my mate was staying over. When I had my training, I'm trying to think when that was. I know it was definitely the ass end of 2013, because obviously the remastered edition was the ass end of 2014, and it was like a year later. So yeah,
so the remastered edition's been out for a while now.
Yeah, I think it's been out about 6 months.
6 months? Yeah, that's a good half a year.
Yeah, because I mean I know it was definitely before Christmas, because obviously I got a copy of it, and yeah, I think that came out. Was it the end of the summer? It came out, something like that, August maybe.
Yes, that rings bells.
Hmm.
I've got to say, it's aged really well, I think. Although it's unfair to say it's aged, but I mean, I suppose even with the remastered edition, it's still basically a previous gen title. But my God, it's really good. It's just so in depth, just so much going on there. It's a great creation, and I was like, because I bought it because I was like, I have a bit of money. I was like, well, it's about time. And plus once I've played through the storyline, I'm going to go online and make some videos of me arsing about in the online mode. Which is probably going to be quite funny. I'm not, as Marcus and Nath, you both discovered, I have a very unique play style. I just walk up to people. Oh, it was funny the other day. It's really funny the other day. I saw some fat bloke on the street, and I was playing as Trevor at the time. I was like, fat guy, run up to him. Did the square circle. Or on the Xbox is XB. I did that combination to do the dive, the jumping dive thing that you can do. So I did that to this fat guy, and he didn't budge. He's just like, I bounced off him, and he's like, yeah, what, mate? I was like, oh, you've had it. So what I did was, I whipped out my gun, pointed it at the guy's face, and I was like, run, go on, leg it. And he did. He started running, obviously, because I've got a gun pointed at his face. Then I take the gun back and put the gun back, and then I just go charging after him, and then just decided to punch him really hard in the back of the head. And that's how I decided to take out the fat bloke. I didn't just whip out the gun and shoot him as a fuck you. I pointed out the gun to make him run away, and then I punched him in the back of the head.
Yeah, see, I'm a bit more cruel than you. I'll like probably punch somebody and wind them up, and then they'll come after me. But I'll get on like a push bike or like a really slow car, and I'll drive on just a little bit and let them catch up. Drive on just a little bit, let them catch up. Do a bit of weaving, let them catch up, let them catch up, let them catch up. And then if they catch me and drag me out of the car, I'll punch them to death. If not, I'll normally do a J turn and I'll just run them over.
Yeah.
More comments?
Yes. Yeah, you can tell because I have to get in close to read it. Yes.
This is because you did this.
This is the comment. It says that.
Adam Lambert.
Yes.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, who is Adam Lambert?
Ooh, now you're treading in dangerous territory. Backtrack! We're trying not to piss anybody off this episode.
Oh, hang on.
Stop it! We don't want to piss anybody off this episode. Adam Lambert's amazing. And for all those of you who don't like him, he's shit. There we go. Nobody's pissed off. We've covered all bases there. I saved it. Let's get back to GTA 5.
Okay, bear with me a second. Okay, carry on. Just going to not use Google on my phone to not search for that term.
Yeah, because obviously you already know who that is. Because obviously we're very well cultured and we don't want to piss anybody off. Which reminds me, if anybody's been pissed off with anything that we've said so far, I want to just say we disagree with everything we've said so far in this podcast, just so you are happy.
Oh, I know that guy, legit.
Yeah, and Nickelback's really amazing, and Chad Kroeger's a great vocalist, just in case you like Nickelback and you were pissed off with Yeah!
Fantastic. Go and buy all their stuff.
Yeah, and the SJC sounds like a shit supercar. I wouldn't buy that if you paid me. Yeah, just make sure we don't piss anybody off. What other bases did we not have? Oh yeah, we'd play any instrument because who the fuck wants to speak Japanese? And everybody wants to speak Japanese, obviously, because you're the Japanese. You're awesome. And for anybody who's racist, the Japanese aren't awesome. I think we covered all bases there.
Ow, smudge.
And everybody, Cat Zingano, that was not a disappointing match by any stretch of the imagination because it just showed how great Ronda Rousey is. And if you don't like Ronda Rousey, she's a bitch. I'm sure nobody can be pissed off by anything in this episode now.
Yeah, and for those that think GTA 5 is really good, it's really, really shit. And those that think it's really, really shit, it's really, really good.
Yeah! Yeah, take that! We're not on the fence on episodes, we just support all theories.
Although I'm not on the fence in saying that anybody that abuses and hurts cats, I will fucking kill you.
No, yeah, there's nobody who would disagree with that. Apart from a cat murdering psychopath, but in which case they also will not be offended by this because they'll be dead. Ow! And if you're dead, you can't care. So I think we've covered all bases. And GTA 5, you were saying how you're really, really cruel to people by letting them catch up with you in slow cars.
Yeah, well, GTA 5 is just. I think it was the advent of the 3 characters as well, because,
Yes.
you know, I mean, for me, GTA has always been, you know, I mean, it's always been a single player thing. You know, it's always been one character and everything, which is great. I mean, Vice City still remains as one of my most favorite games ever to play in history. And same with, well, in a way, so was San Andreas as well, because it's like each time with GTA, it's kind of, they always do something. It's new, but it's kind of, it's new and original, but it's still conducive to like the storyline kind of thing. Like even GTA 4, people are like, oh, GTA 4 was the worst one out of the lot. I don't think it was that bad. I think it was pretty good. I mean, it was the first one to be properly on a next-gen at the time console, being the PS3, so the graphics were fucking amazing.
What I liked about it, though, was depending on what you did in the storyline, it could affect how the storyline went.
Exactly, and that, you know, they'd never really sort of had that before. Before it was just like, okay, this is the mission, this is how you do it, and then it's done. Whereas this gave you an option of kind of choosing slightly different things. I mean, it's the same with GTA 5, because, you know, actions have repercussions and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But GTA 5 is just, it's a massive, ginormous map. You know, I mean, it's fucking huge. There's loads of stuff you can do, and especially when you play online as well, the amount of stuff you can get up to is amazing. Although I will say, online GTA players piss me off, because as much as I understand, yeah, it's fun to go around blowing up people all the time, it's kind of irritating when you keep logging in, then you instantly die, then you log in, then you instantly die, then you... So stop it, people. Stop doing that. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I know that can happen. What I need to do is see if I can find like a server or you know, or something like that, and just get like a party together of like a couple of people, go in like a private lobby or something. I think you can do that.
Yeah, that's basically what...
If anybody wants to play GTA 5 online with me whenever I get around to doing it, I've got the Xbox One, so it's going to diminish my possible people who want to play with me list. But
however, if you don't want to play on the Xbox One version, you can play on the PS4 version with myself.
Yes, so we've covered all bases there. Between the two of us, we have both consoles. We're not fanboys. In fact, if anything, even though I have an Xbox One, I'm really not an Xbox One fanboy. I hate my console.
Frivolous purchases. They will be the death of you.
No,
Well, but come on. I mean, it's not the worst console in the world. You could own a Wii U. You know, it could be worse. You could own a Wii U. There is that.
I'd rather have a Wii U. It's got more unique features.
In a way, actually, yeah, I suppose it has. Oh dear, this isn't turning good. We're bashing Microsoft. No, everybody, buy an Xbox One. They're fantastic.
Oh yeah, of course. Microsoft, the Xbox One is the best console in the world, and if you don't agree, the PlayStation 4 is the best console in the world, and if you don't agree with that, the Wii U is the best console in the world. They're all the best console in the world because I've committed to every single choice.
And if you don't like any of those consoles, get yourself a PC.
Yes, and if you don't like any type of video gaming is shit. It turns people into murdering psychopaths. Fuck video gaming. Fuck it to hell. In fact, here's what I want to say to all of you video gamers out there. If you like video gaming, you can suck my dick. Yeah, you can suck my dick, and then I'm gonna ram your face with my dick so much so that a hole disappears through the back of your head. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick a railing through your head, and I'm going to hang you on my clothes hanger as a constant reminder of what happens to people who like video games. You people should be ashamed of yourselves. There we go. I think we've covered all bases there.
I stand by my testimony that I said to you quite a while ago. I think you are a few you're a few sperm short of a testicle, I think.
Oh well, if you want to say that. And bear in mind,
that was pretty special. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you probably could have...
Oh, no! We failed! We still pissed somebody off!
Okay, ignore the last hour and a half of dialogue, and we'll start again. Everything's great. Everything's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh. hello, my chunsters. My name's the Chun. It's time to have some fun with Hose Pro, episode 5. We've got a great show here. I've got Marcus with me, and yeah, we've got a great show. We've got Ronda Rousey, we've got Leonard Nimoy, we've got GTA 5, we've got everything you could possibly want from a podcast. And yeah, this is going to be a great show. So we should crack right on with the UFC, Ronda Rousey and Cat Zingano.
Fantastic match, brilliant. Next topic.
Leonard Nimoy.
Amazing actor, rest in peace.
Yeah. The SGC is a great car. The Would You Rathers, nah, who gives a shit? Wait, whoa, shit. Fuck, we're supposed to retract, weren't we? We'd rather speak any language, and we'd rather see Nickelback cover Creed, and then we'd rather see CFS cover both of them, because yeah. And Fastlane was better than Royal Rumble. Yay! And we've also said how GTA is great, and we like being cruel to people on the street. I think now there's nobody who can be possibly pissed off, apart from people who dislike everything. We even restarted the podcast, because this podcast has a reputation for annoying at least somebody. I bet you somebody who's now just going to be like, well, you've basically blatantly gone and redone the episode. It's like, well...
Kind of. But kind
yeah. It's like, oh, shit.
It's an unfortunate fact. You can't, you know, like with the podcast and stuff, it's like, you can please some of the people all of the time, but not all the people some of the time, or vice versa, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, people are gonna. It's hard to be objective in a podcast. It's kind of, it's an opinionated show. That's the whole point. Although bringing in the comments thing is really good because it gives us a chance to work off something and kind of we can backtrack and counteract.
I mean, those comments have really, it's injected a much more life into the show. I feel like even if for 1 week of whatever you couldn't make it, and I had to do it by myself, I could still do a pretty good interactive show with those comments, and that would be really cool. We got massively off topic from GTA 5 there.
We really did, yeah. GTA 5 is, yeah. It's just one of those games. I mean, I got the remastered edition for Christmas. I mean, you were here when I opened it and everything. And just when you put it on and you compare it to the PS3 version or the previous gen version, it's just so much better. The graphics, the detail. You know, I mean, they've added features as well with this one. Like, you know, is it the hunting missions you can do? And that thing where you can turn into an animal as well. I don't know if you've tried that. Yeah.
I haven't tried it, but I know you can do it.
There's so much different stuff, which is why I think it's good sometimes rebooting games, because it essentially gives them a kick up the ass and it makes more profit for the person that developed them. So
yeah, it's just there's so much you can do in that game. You can customize practically everything. And yeah, my money raising my way of raising money and getting ahead in the criminal underworld just is highly unconventional. I'll tell you what was really funny the other day. I just went, there's some guy like I wants to steal a car, so he just goes, "Oi, get out of the way, get out of the way!" I just like whip out an AK-47 as Trevor, and just like, "Get out of the car!" Like he doesn't do it. Well, fuck you then. Shot him and ran off. Yeah, the police caught up to me, so instead of running away in like some high-powered supercar, I just decided to take cover and like, "Fuck you all!" I shot you all until. Well, I shot them until they started gunning me down with a helicopter, and in which case I employed serpentine maneuvers, tried to fight back, but quickly lost.
Yeah, police in that game are fucking brutal.
Yeah, they really are. It's not easy to win a fight with the police in that.
The only game I think I've seen where police are more brutal is Watch Dogs, but then you haven't played that yet, though, have you?
No, I forgot to download it.
You really should play that game. It is a really good game. It's like GTA, but it's not better than GTA, but it's essentially, to me, it would be like the next best thing. Like if GTA didn't exist, kind of thing, or you couldn't get your hands on GTA, it's kind of the next best thing because it's just so much more interactive, like the hacking and everything, and the missions, and they've got DLCs for it now as well. I mean, that game was something quite special. I mean, you can ask Nath as well. We played that game for fucking not even days, just weeks. We played that game, which is brilliant. Same with Far Cry as well, because I mean, have you? Oh no, you can't. See, if you had a PlayStation, I could give you a copy of Far Cry because I got like 3 free copies with it or something. I just have to send you a key. But Far Cry 4 is the first Far Cry that I've ever played, and fuck me, do I regret not playing the first 3. Although
Oh, I played Far Cry 3. I played the shit out of that game. It's really good.
see, Nathan was saying Far Cry 1 and 2 weren't that good. I mean, I don't know.
No, it never made that much of a splash until Far Cry 3 came along, and then it sort of went and turned into the beloved franchise it is now.
Yeah, but Far Cry is a really good game as well. But the thing is, so many games are like... You're seeing so many games come out that just have elements from like another game that are wrapped into it. Like, it's essentially like the same game but repackaged and, you know, with a slightly different element to it or a slightly different sprinkle of whatever onto it. You know, I mean, it's like first-person shooters, they're all pretty much the same. Like Grand Theft Auto, Far Cry, Watch Dogs, they're all pretty much the same. Shadow of Mordor was the same as that as well, the open world thing. Racing games, generally, I mean, you'll disagree because you play more racing games than I do, but generally racing games, they're all sort of the same thing, just repackaged. You know, it's kind of...
No, I'd agree with that. It's just they get better as they go along, racing games, with the graphics, the more faithful replicant of the cars and the new cars. But yeah, they're basically all the same thing. I mean, the Gran Turismo and Forza 5 are basically exactly the same game. You start in a low-powered car and work your way up to high-powered cars.
And that's been the same with racing games since, what, the mid-90s, I think?
Yeah, I mean, there's two different types of racing games as well. You get the ones that are based off actual motorsport, and then you get the ones which are based off car culture, where you can just drive any sort of car, like Drive Club, Forza 5, GT, Gran Turismo. They're all based off car culture like that. Where you will, but then you also get games like Formula 1 and MotoGP, and coming up soon Project Cars, which Project Cars kind of straddles the two genres in a way. But yeah, I mean, Formula 1 is a different type of racing game to Forza 5, but that's why I have two like separate categories for that. I have racing games, which is about motorsports, Formula 1 games, and then car games, which are about cars and owning cars and driving cars and collecting cars. That's Forza 5. You know, that's...
They all basically just pinch off each other, which is why, going full circle again, coming back to Metal Gear Solid 5, which I was discussing earlier with some friends that I haven't seen in a while, and yeah, basically they're hyped for that game as well, because there's going to be elements from other games and similarities to other games, but it's going to be completely different as well, because it's its own franchise, which is why I can't wait for it to come out.
Well, the games it's going to be similar to are the other Metal Gear Solid games, but it's in an open world.
That's going to be the interesting thing, because Metal Gear Solid has always been different, hasn't it, Smudge?
Oh, yes.
Smudge agrees, Nick, Smudge.
And in fact, other games have borrowed from Metal Gear Solid, because before Metal Gear Solid came along, stealth was very much just Metal Gear Solid did stealth and that's it. But now there's sneaking elements and everything.
Well, you had Splinter Cell, Thief was another one. Far Cry in a way. Kind of.
Yeah, I was thinking of Far Cry, because in Far Cry 3 there's a lot of sneaking involved. Like taking people out silently.
Get off. It's the same in Far Cry 4 as well. There's a lot of... well, it's not essential to the storyline, but it just works out better in certain situations if you use the stealth element. So, but yeah, they all basically copied off Metal Gear Solid, which is, to be honest, is if you're going to copy off anything, that's a fucking good game to copy off.
Yeah, and in fairness, Metal Gear Solid, I think Metal Gear Solid now is going to be less unique with the open world, because it will be like a Metal Gear Solid version of Far Cry.
Kind of, but I think maybe... But I mean, it's different because it's just... It was its own genre, wasn't it? It redefined the stealth genre, which was the whole thing, you know, because games up until that point had been, just run in, shoot them up, and then... I mean, even in a way, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, in a way, was kind of the same. I mean, they touched on the stealth element, but because they didn't have the technology that they had 10 years later, they could make them as, you know, good and stealth element based as the newer gen consoles back in the mid to late 90s. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid is just a genre on its own, so that's why I just can't wait for it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the game that I'm very much so stoked for.
I'm trying to think if there's any other topics that could be covered. Did anything happen in the news this week?
Nothing that I really saw which really jumped at me.
No, I mean I've been off work for the last week as well, so I haven't really kept in touch with news or anything. I have to say, not very good.
Yeah, you dodged. You picked a good week to go on holiday with the inventory and all.
Oh yeah. Why do you think I booked it?
Yeah, good point. Oh shit! Ah, fuck! I've accidentally said something. Well, a lot of places do inventories.
Yeah, true. That inventory could cover pretty much anything.
Yeah, it's a broad term.
For all they know, we're taking inventory of gold coins in a chest and pickaxes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We're really not. We're not. It's anything the complete opposite of that. But
nah, we're taking inventory of broken bones and duct tape.
yeah, and used handcuffs. And
Used handcuffs.
We may as well.
Whips.
Considering the place that we work at, we may as
I've got a
well.
lot of whips.
Oh dear. Now it's going to start getting more weird. Yeah, well, what else? Well, hopefully we're going to be doing another UPW soon as well, so that'll be something.
Oh, God, yes, hopefully next week.
Yeah, that'll be something to watch out for as well. And hopefully we're going to try something new with that.
Are we? Oh, yes!
Well, hopefully, anyways. Well, we haven't quite discussed it yet, the ins and outs, but yeah, we're going to try a couple of new things with that. The only other thing that's really coming up, I suppose, is WrestleMania and our trip to London. The next big thing that's coming up.
Yeah, it's a bit early to talk about that, though, because we've still got another
about a month, essentially.
Post-pros yet to do before then, and you can always do... Well, I mean, Monday Night Raw is going to be the day after a host pro.
Yeah, so that's going to be entertaining, and we're probably going to do another vlog for that as well. And
although I'd probably, I don't know. See, depending, I'll have to think about that closer to the episode. It's a bit too early to really say anything. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe, possibly, going on the putting the host pro on air earlier so we can both get to bed and get to sleep, depending on what time we're going to be up.
It's either that or we could potentially make it a Saturday. I don't know.
You could do that. Just either way, just so that we don't end up being awake like all night before having to go to Monday Night Raw. But then again, it also depends what time we want to get up.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
show opens the doors at 7 p.m, but we want to get there early, if anything, this time, so we can actually have something to eat at the O2 Arena.
Yeah, and hopefully we won't get stuck like we did last time.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, the thing is, you've stumbled along the route that I wanted to go last time, because last time I wanted to go scoot around the bottom of London and sort of head up the middle of it, which is basically what you've discovered this time, only the sat-nav said something, and I was like, oh yeah, shit, that's the N25, yeah, we want that. And I was like, oh fuck, it's the N25 North. Brilliant.
Yeah, we didn't quite take that into account, but no, hopefully this time we'll be...
Sat-navs are all fuckers.
Yeah, basically. We will, hopefully this time we should be a little more smoother as well, because at least now we know what to expect when driving through London as well, being called a stupid motherfucker and everything.
You know what? If they say that to me, I'm just going to go, you're a fucking cunt. Back to them. And... oh, shit.
What?
Well, I mean, the thing is, people in London have guns.
Kind of, yeah, there is that. But I was actually thinking...
you know what? I'm just going to call them a fucker anyway.
I think I might take the GoPro up as well to like film driving around London, just to see so people can see what it's like. Yeah,
maybe. I still reckon taking more vlogging has to happen, because last time it's basically the whole vlog was just like 25 minutes of entrances and then like 8 minutes of us talking about the show after the show.
Yeah, but then that was our first live event as well, so we didn't really know what to expect. So, but hopefully this time around it'll be better.
Oh, I hope so.
We will promise to try and do better. How's that? That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, the vlog will hopefully be a bit more vloggy.
Yeah, if that's even a word.
It's a word now. I just made it a word.
Yeah, no.
Vloggy is now in the dictionary. But The Rock made up a word and it's now in the dictionary, i.e. SmackDown. So, hell, vloggy is now a word. Because I'm as big as The Rock and I can add words to the English language. Which is why I also want to add the word histoformator rectus. I can't even think what word it is I want to make up. I'll make up a word and add it to the dictionary next episode. How about that?
Yeah, this could be a feature of Postpo, Glenn's Corner, where he discusses a new word that should be put into the dictionary and the meaning of it as well.
I don't think I've got enough imagination for that. Like I said, if only Gene Roddenberry could do that or something, maybe. I don't know. I do want Chunster added to the dictionary though, like Chunster, and it could be the definition is Chunster, a fan of the YouTube channel Glenn Chun, the YouTube channel run by the man called Glenn Chun.
Well, you could get onto Oxford Publishing, but I think you could be waiting a while.
Yeah, but I think Oxford Publishing would see my point.
I'm totally sure they would as well.
Yeah, I mean they're reasonable people.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, of course they are. Anyway, does that save my... Ooh, okay, save preset. Yes. Let's see if I can change my lower third in the middle of the episode. Save that preset. Yes, that one. What? That's because I haven't got my words.
What the hell happened there?
I am now YJE! Do you know what happened? I haven't got my glasses on, and I'm trying to type them back here, and I can't even see black on the keyboard.
I think maybe you could be forgiven your glasses for this one.
Nope. I've corrected it. It's correct. It's correct. Save it. Please enter a preset title. Hey! Bin that preset. See, I typed it correctly in the preset title. Save. On. There we go. I'm now the Chuck. I am not YJE.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's better.
YJE. What a name.
I really need to work on putting one of those up for myself next time around. Actually, something I need to work on.
You can do it after we go off there.
Yeah, I could try that.
Which we've managed to tease, I think, an hour and a half out of this episode now. Yeah, an hour. We've teased an extra 10 minutes of just rambling.
Bit of a short one tonight, but then again, both pretty tired.
Although, if I really want to be honest, I think, yeah, it's a shorter episode, but if anything, we've managed... I think this episode gives a lot more bang for your buck in this episode.
There was quite a lot in this episode, in fairness.
There was, yeah. I think though, as we're going on and doing more of them, we're getting better at putting more concise information in and getting better at not going off topic and going on to complete tangents. Even though we did go off topic on GTA-V and go on a tangent of trying not to annoy people.
Kind of, yeah.
Although, mind you, that was funny. I really hope people see that for what it was, because that was quite funny.
It'll be interesting to see. Is there any more comments as well before we go as well?
I hope nobody's offended by morbid behaviour, because that rant I went on, now that I think back on it, I sort of blacked out a bit there. That was a bit dark.
Weird.
It was dark. I'm sorry to anybody who decides dark. I blacked out and I was like, I just said something.
And is there any more comments that we could go through before we go?
Not right now. I think for the next oh, my voice has gone weird. It's back. I think maybe for the next episode I'll try and get an extra guest as well. I'll get on the line to a few people who I think would be able to add something to the podcast. Let's put it that way.
Can always try that. See, I kind of want to try a podcast with Emma as well. I've been trying to get her on a podcast for the last 2 episodes, but she's not turning out.
Oh yes, yeah, that'd be interesting. I'd also quite like to. Here's the people in my head that I'm thinking of, right? People who can add something to this podcast. I think I should probably reach out to Sting. I think Sting would be a good guest to have. I also want Roger Federer, because I want to talk about tennis with Roger Federer, because that'd be interesting, I think. Tennis talk with the man RF. And then click the link, Glenn, click it. What link?
Link.
Oh, there's a link somewhere. I don't know what the link is.
Okay.
There's a link. I wonder if there's a link in maybe the stream. Ooh, shit. Well, if I refresh the stream, I might be able to see the link. Whatever link it is. Ooh. Oh! Let me take off my glasses so everyone can look at my beauty. Oh! There is a link! That didn't pop up on my stream. Okay.
What?
It's going to be interesting. Somebody's... Oh, yes! yeah. About the glasses. The comment that hasn't popped up on Comment Tracker that you need to see is... It's taking the quote, I've got to take off my glasses so everybody can look at my beauty.
Yeah.
And Andy has provided me with this.
What? What is it?
Oh, can you see that?
Oh dear.
I need Andy on the show.
That's genuine. That's a genuine likeness, I think.
I so need Andy on the show. In fact, Andy was one of the people I was genuinely going to reach out to.
Yeah, there are a few people from our place of work that we could possibly include, because I'm pretty sure they will understand more the terminologies we use when we discuss our mysterious place of work, and they'll also understand what we're talking about when we mention things from our particular place of work.
One guest who I'd really love to have on, although I know would never, ever do it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. You just said it.
I know, but...
I don't think he would bring much entertainment value, to be honest.
He would, actually. No, he would. He really would. The conversation I had with him on the car whilst I gave him a lift earlier, oh my good God, I was tearing up with laughter. It was so funny. Trust me, if he was here, he would really provide... And plus, everybody would learn where I got the... Because it's happening a lot on my YouTube channel. I keep calling myself a fucker in my videos, and people would understand would find the source of where I get that from.
There is a legit reason for the fucker. There is one. There's a legit source for the fucker, I should say.
Yeah, very legit source. I'd love for Jed to join this channel, join us for an episode. It'd be amazing. There's a couple of people I'd love to join the podcast. Harry as well. I think Harry would.
Yeah.
Harry, you know what? Harry would be excellent because everything we say, I have this feeling that apart from wrestling, Harry would just know so much about it because Harry is just. I've never realised it, but he's like a whole library of information. And I'm not talking about just your average town library. I'm talking like he's downloaded the entire internet and made a library the size of London. That's how much he knows. He's insane.
He's a very intelligent human being. Definitely somebody worth knowing and keeping on your good side as well.
Oh yeah, trust me, he's got a dark side as well, so you really do want him on your good side.
I'm not even going to go into his dark side because his dark side is quite...
No, it's not. I think people would be quite offended by that. But he did build the beast, which is sitting on my desk right now, the sexy beast.
He does. He's a wealth of knowledge, so he would be an interesting one to have on. You know who would be a really interesting one is the amphibian. That would not
with no makeup.
That would be a terrible Host Pro episode.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to keep my mouth shut, I'm afraid.
Here's the thing, right? If we had that guy on the podcast, let's just refer to him as that guy. Oh,
Aquaman. That's what you call him, Aquaman.
Yeah. How many subscribers do I have? I just want to check to see the actual number at this point. Yeah, 643. Okay. How many subscribers would I have left after that episode? Minus 643?
No, I was going to say reverse the digits, so you've got 346. That's probably closer to what it would be.
How about naught? Everyone would be like, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever seen on the internet. Unsubscribe.
Why is there a fish on the screen?
Everybody who likes animals would instantly unsubscribe due to cruelty to animals because they've got a fish out of water, literally.
I hope Andy's still watching this because he'll be laughing now because he knows exactly who we're talking
He
about.
knows exactly who we're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I think the comment tracker for some reason is screwed up. Well, actually, no, it isn't because I managed to get the comment asking me to click the link through. That came up.
I don't know if it's possibly a thing to do with your internet as well, possibly, because like you said,
Maybe.
it's slow.
Although Noetal, oh my god, an hour ago, Noetal put up a link to Ronda Rousey versus Cat Zingano. Oh my god. After fight, fan tries to attack Ronda in a car park.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's not what you think. It's
No,
not.
probably not.
It's really not an actual fight. It's got no audio, so I'm just going to screen share this one for people right now. It's really, really boring. Don't you dare sign off without clicking it. I'm gonna hunt you down and post that picture on everything you own. I think I did click the link, didn't I? Are you not referring to the Baywatch link? Anyway. Oh wait, it does have audio.
I can't hear anything.
No, because screen share doesn't do the audio, but that's the video. It's basically just that's it.
Oh.
Is there something else I've not seen? I've just done the stop reviewing things. Let me take off my glasses. I've seen that one. I've got the one now with Ronda Rousey, the thing with Ronda Rousey. Are there any other links? I've done the tribute.
I think that's it.
I've done the tribute. I can't see any more links. I think I've clicked every single link.
Yeah, I think that's all the links done.
I hope I'm not missing something. Right, I'm going into my... Don't you dare sign off without clicking link. I don't know which link you're talking about! I'm sorry for all the links. It feels like we're playing... I need to have an actual sign-off, don't I? Like
Yeah. A real handle to sign off on.
Yeah.
Haven't really thought about that, to be honest.
No, neither have I. Because Host Pro has become much more of a show now than it ever used to be. Because before I never used to bother with the screen share, I never used to bother with any of this, I never used to bother with the comment tracker. I never knew how to use the comment tracker, to be honest. I could never get it to work. It was always a one-man show before as well. It's become so much better. 2.0 is so much better than the original, even to no end. So it kind of deserves a proper send-off now. It's even got a segment. It's even segments. You know, there's got a recurring segment in every show. I talk about a car. You know, I never used to have something which came back over and over and over again.
Repetition is key.
Yeah, like some sort of familiarity. So people are like, here's that bit of the show that I like.
Hopefully, anyways. As for signing off, how can you sign off?
I'm Glenn Chunt and you're not.